are going to go through every ailment there is. You can't be worrying about that, because if we can keep worrying about the trouble that the masses are in, we never cultivate anything among ourselves to get to the high level in which the masses going to be a part of. Because ultimately, all this shit got to be destroyed. This shit is over.
I am inevitable.
Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push the button.
Push the goddamn button.
Push the goddamn button.
Yeah, all right, y'all. We alive again, back again, full effect. Welcome to Night and Day Talk. Night and Day Network. I'd say Night and Day Talk Media. Just make sure y'all hit the double tap the screen if you're on the vertical, and for the horizontal live, make sure y'all click the like button. All right. Yo.
Yo, could you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah. All right, y'all. We're gonna get into these topics. So we gotta get into these plagues on Israel. Seem like God releasing them plagues on Israel. We're gonna get into it though. So let's go ahead and get into Trump mentioning that Iran opened the strait back up. And we're gonna get into NATO. Trump complaining about not getting no support from the allies. Bro, ain't nobody trying to help you out with this war, bro. Like, be for real. Nobody want this war. Nobody want to support this war or help you out with this war. No. But we gonna get into it. I guess he's getting some type of assistance from I guess Saudi. All right, so let's get into it. All right. Yo. All right. All right, so Trump just tweeted on his True Social saying
Could you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, he said the Strait of Hormuz is completely open and ready for business and full passage, but the naval blockade will remain in full force in effect as it pertains to Iran until such time as our transactions with Iran is 100% complete. This process should go very quickly in that most of the points are already negotiated. Thank you for attending to this matter, President J. Trump. Let me go to the next slide over. So he continues to all right, hold on. All right, so he said, thank you to Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Qatar for your great bravery and help, President Donald J. Trump. He says Iran, with the help of USA, has removing all sea mines. Thank you, President J. Trump. All right, let me see what else this clown. All right, so he says Iran has agreed to never close the Strait of Hormuz again. It will no longer be used as a weapon against the world, President J. Trump. All right, so this is all what he tweeted this morning on his True Social. All right, just to give y'all an update on this, the strait is open. Well, Iran opened the strait back up. They decided to do that. So, all right, so let's get into Trump complaining about not getting no support from NATO. All right, let me pull this up. Hold on. Damn, where's it at? All right, here we go. Yeah. So NATO takes action as Trump puts alliance on blast. Say gets zero help. This is Fox. Let's get into it. Let me know if y'all
So in
can hear
less
it.
than an hour, the Pentagon is set to give an update on Operation Epic Fury as European leaders push to cut the U.S. out of the Strait of Hormuz. Meantime, President Trump is calling out our allies for not jumping in to back America in the fight against Iran.
We've had no help, zero from NATO. We're there for them. They're not there for us. And they should have been better. They should have said, we'll send somebody. It's a small operation compared to a big operation. But NATO was not there for us.
And listen to this, a new report revealing NATO is apparently making plans in case America pulls out of the alliance. Here to give us some insight into what NATO might be thinking is Jens Stoltenberg. He's the Minister of Finance in Norway and, more importantly, former NATO General Secretary, Secretary General. Thanks so much. Great to see you, Mr. Secretary. Your thoughts about the state of NATO right now. And I understand you think Europe made the right decision not helping us.
So first of all, thank you for having me back on this show. Second, I think that, of course, NATO is facing some serious challenges, and we once again see that there are disagreements between NATO allies. But this is not the first time we see that. We are 32 countries from both sides of the Atlantic, and of course there are differences. But what NATO has proved again and again is that we have been able, and we are able, to overcome differences and then stand together and protect each other, because we are safer when we stand together than when we are apart.
But do you support NATO not letting America use our own bases in places like Italy and, to a degree, in France and certainly in Spain? We can't even use the airspace in Spain. Is that the way an alliance should be acting?
Well, it's not for me to speak on behalf of NATO anymore. I'm not the Secretary General, but what I can say is to refer to what Mark Rutte, the current Secretary General, stated very clearly, that the majority of NATO allies, they made available their bases, their airspace, logistic infrastructure to facilitate the U.S. operations. Then there were some exceptions from that main, message. I think we then also need to...
The point is, they not backing America. They don't want to support Israel. That's what it is, because nobody really wants to back Israel on them taking over the Middle East. And that's the thing. America is only, like Trump said, America is only over there to assist Israel. A lot of these alliances are with America, so they don't want to support Israel. They don't want to back Israel on this. No. So that's why they don't want them using their airspace and their bases and all that in those countries, Spain and Italy and all these different countries.
Understand that,
right? I support
to make
that.
this a NATO operation, it has to be consultations. There has to be a decision-making process within NATO, and that hasn't taken place. So I think what we need to do now is to look forward, how to maintain and sustain the ceasefire, how to open the Strait of Hormuz, which is good for the whole world economy, for prices, for gasoline, for inflation. And thirdly, European allies are actually meeting this week to sit down and see how can they contribute in different ways to open the Strait of Hormuz.
Without us, Mr. Secretary, I know you're not, you know NATO as well as anyone in the world. Even though that's not your job now, they begged you to stay on, and you did over and over again because you did such a great job. But right now, NATO's meeting without us and planning on, after the fight's over, keeping the strait open without us. Is that a healthy look for the NATO?
But again, I think we need to distinguish a bit between NATO as an institution where decision has to be made unanimous. All allies have to agree on every step. And of course, that's a decision-making process that takes time, and it's not always to get 100% agreement. That's NATO as an institution. Then NATO allies can, of course, act individually, and they have done so in different ways. And I think we should all welcome that European countries are now sitting down and discussing how can we contribute to something which is important for Europe, for the US, for everyone, to help to secure safe passage and to reopen the Straits of Hormuz.
But Mr. Stoltenberg, they're meeting without the U.S., planning for things without the U.S. They're also looking forward to saying how NATO would be without the U.S. Do you think that's the way they should be handling this? Just in your opinion. I know you're not General Secretary anymore.
No, but I don't think actually this is about going without the U.S. I think what the Europeans are discussing now, far beyond the issue of Iran, is how can we strengthen the European pillar within NATO? And that's exactly to follow up what President Trump and many others have called for many, many years. And that is that Europeans have to do more. They have to invest more. They need more forces, higher readiness.
Yeah, just stick around. Elijah Muhammad Just stick around. Yeah, we'll open the panel up later if you gotta, because we got some things we gotta still go over on the stream. So just stick around.
And I think that the more they do that, the better, because it will, first of all, make the Europeans more able to defend themselves. Second, it will demonstrate to the United States that they carry their part of the burden. And I think that will make the United States more willing to also stand by NATO.
Last question. When you saw that rocket get within a few miles of Diego Garcia until it was knocked down, knowing the Iranians have now proven they can hit every European capital, how can they continue to say this is not in NATO's best interest to address the Iranian situation, even if their feelings are hurt, they weren't consulted in detail ahead of time?
I think all European countries are heavily against the Iran nuclear program. The Iran nuclear program is violating international law, is violating many UN resolutions, and therefore European countries have supported many efforts to stop that program through, for instance, heavy sanctions, diplomatic, political pressure. So the disagreement is not about whether we dislike the Iranian regime, how they kill their own people and how they develop missiles and nuclear weapons. We all are heavily against. So the question is, how do we?
They're not developing no weapons. That's like, we gotta get that clear right now. Iran is not developing any nuclear weapons, nor do they have any nuclear weapons. They're not stockpiling nuclear weapons or anything. So that's just the way to use propaganda to get the people to support and basically say, yeah, we gotta. Is an attack on? Is it's against our national security that Iran is somehow going to build bombs, or we got to prevent them from building bombs because no, that's not the case. They already did an international investigation on Iran. They've been screaming Iran been building nuclear weapons for like the past 30 years, 30, 40 years, and no, they haven't built one nuclear weapon yet. That's just a way for them to just make a segue into that
Trump
region.
is in there just manipulating the market, bro.
Manipulating the market. There you go. And it's corporations.
All this is scripted.
Looking out for the
so they can
corporations.
manipulate the market.
Yep. Looking out for the corporations. Yeah.
If y'all understood how much money Trump is making off of this by him being president and by him knowing how his words affect the markets, and he got all these people in place to collect the money, that's what this all about with him. And he'd take orders. He'd take orders from other people that's giving him checks also, but he's gonna manipulate the market himself.
Yeah, his son Barron bought 30 million.
Because he's in there to make money.
Right, his son Barron even bought $30 million in oil shares before they launched this war, before they announced the war. That should tell you something right there. That his own son bought $30 million in oil shares. So you're right, manipulate the market, bro.
They manipulate in the crypto market too. Look
Yeah,
how much
they
money
are.
that Trump coin made.
Whew. Right.
Yeah, it's all manipulation. It was a rug pull too. That Trump coin was a rug pull.
Yeah,
and people ain't even talking about that.
Nope.
Like he was scamming with that. He's scamming. He's making money off the oil business because he knew he was going. He knew what he was. He knew he was going to so-called go after Iran after he went after Venezuela. He knew that, and he knew exactly how the markets would react, and he was there to capitalize off of that. Him and his Israeli buddies.
Facts.
They was all there to capitalize off of it.
And then you see the gold and silver prices was up.
Yeah, he made millions off that Trump coin.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. What did he make? How much he made? Let me see. How much did he make off the Trump coin?
And he made a lot before that, before he did the rug pull. Cause it ain't worth as much as it was in the first day it launched. It was crazy.
Okay, so he made 1.2 billion.
Like he's still a con man.
Right.
Look at that, 1.2 billion. They say I
2
thought it was
billion.
in the millions. And he made
Nope.
billions off of it.
Yeah, he made 1.2 billion.
That was one of the biggest rug pulls in crypto history, and nobody's talking about it.
All right, hold on. So in March 2025,
Oh
the
man,
Financial
it's
Times
insane.
analyst found that the crypto project netted at least 350 million, 314 million from the sale, and the token in the tokens, and 36 million from the fees. So he made 36 million off the fees, just off the fees alone, and he made 350 million off the coin.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
what
he
I
did a
thought.
yep, and then he did a rug pull.
Yep.
Yep.
So
So now
he's a
it's a
con
whole
man. Like this dude
yep.
ain't even real.
Dang. Nah, but other reports are saying he made $1 billion off of it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Some reports saying he made 1.2 billion, 1.3. Yeah, yeah.
Is
So
MAGA in here?
yeah, what
MAGA,
Mac?
y'all in here? You in here, MAGA? Cause y'all got an answer for this. We need some answers, cause y'all still got that red hat on, and this dude's been conning ever since he got into the office. You know,
Facts.
his son invested in crypto and
Yeah,
oil
yeah. With
before he
crypto
know
and
major
oil.
events is about to happen.
All right, I'm gonna pull
He
it up.
making billions of dollars off the crypto market after doing a rug pull, while everybody else's crypto crashed. Everybody else who was into that Trump coin, they got robbed. All the money went back to Trump. Even if y'all don't understand crypto, that's what happened. Just know Trump put a coin out there, everybody invested in it. Trump pulled his money out after the money was up, and then it crashed, and then everybody lost their money except for Trump. So just know that.
Dad, MAGA, did y'all
I
make
mean,
any
I
money
knew it
off
was
the
a
coin?
scam. I know, right?
Any of y'all MAGA supporters in here? Did y'all make any money off the off the Trump scam, the coin scam, at least?
I knew it was a scam straight from the beginning. I knew
Right.
that Trump coin was a scam from the beginning, bro.
Yeah, you could tell. Yeah, the way it was all planned out, the way it was all set up. Like soon as he got in there, he launched that, so you knew what that was
First of
about.
all,
He used his popularity
if
to
you
basically,
understand crypto, you know that was a meme coin.
right, yeah, meme coin, facts. And he used his popularity to basically boost up you know, the worth of it. Use his popularity. Yeah,
Yeah, manipulating the market.
hell yeah.
It
Yeah,
make
any
it
Mac,
made hundreds of millions, possibly
right?
billions off of it.
Any of y'all MAGA supporters made any money off the Trump coin? Y'all support the man so much that he at least allow y'all to make some money. Any of y'all actually invest in it?
Best get there.
Right.
Yo, NATO is not backing Trump. They're not going to back America because they're not backing Israel because they don't want to back Israel. That's just simply what it is too. Yeah, Israel reign is over with, man. They got all types of plagues. We got to get into the plagues, man. Enough of this Trump character. We got to get into the plagues. Let's get into a quick commercial. This live stream show is sponsored by nightandayherbals.com. We resell natural herbal products like natural CBD, natural sea moss, organic sea moss, hair care and skincare products, and much more. So let's get into this quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
If you crave nature but still shop online, Night and Day Herbals is your dream come true. Discover premium herbal soaps, shampoos, and CBD products. All organic, all for you. Shop now at nightandayherbals.com.
The link to our website is in the description of this video and pinned to the chat. You also can look us up on Google, Night and Day Network LLC, on Google, on your Google browser. You'll see us pop up, 5 stars on Google. and you can check out some of the reviews and everything. So that's nightandayherbals.com, or type in your browser 90 Day Network LLC. All right. So let's get into these plagues on Israel. So Israel been flooded with a swarm of crows and a swarm of bees just in the past couple of weeks, basically forcing all their citizens indoors. They be getting attacked by bees. So I guess they launched the attack, when they had launched the attack on Lebanon, um they they basically, these bees just start swarming everywhere, swarming all around Israel. But let's get into this real quick before we get into. All right, all right. Make sure y'all double tapping the screen and like this video too. Let's get
Tens
into
of
it.
thousands of bees have started swarming parts of Israel and attacking residents. And something about this feels almost biblical. Something about a first plague and maybe a swarm of locusts. The irony of it all was definitely promised to them 3,000 years ago. But there's actually a more recent story that comes to mind for me when I hear this, and that's the fact that Israel killed one of South Lebanon's most prominent beekeepers on April 5th during its onslaught of South Lebanon. The bees are simply getting their revenge. Earlier this month, Israeli airstrikes killed Maruf Remmel, a man who put his heart and soul into saving the bees of Lebanon. He was one of the most well-known beekeepers of southern Lebanon, a board member of the Beekeepers Union of South Lebanon. The union said his work shaped much of the South's apiary production, and his queen bees were used widely across the beekeepers of South Lebanon. His work was absolutely vital to Lebanon's agriculture, an agricultural system that is actively being poisoned by Israel, by the way. They recently dropped tons of glyphosate on southern Lebanon's crops.
That's another
His
thing.
bees supported plant diversity in southern Lebanon, agricultural diversity that Israel is actively seeking to destroy with chemicals, and now by killing the beekeepers who help sustain the agricultural sector as a whole. And it's not just him. In June of 2025, Israel killed another beekeeper, Mohammed Abdulsalam Nasrallah. He owned 100 beehives that produced 2,000 pounds of honey a year. And he was killed during the supposed ceasefire with Israel, the ceasefire that they violated over 15,000 times. So the bees that are swarming Israel right now, they're just taking revenge. Revenge for their fallen caretakers. Tens of thousands of bees.
So let's go ahead and get into. All right, so this story is real. Like, the bees has been swarming. Trust me, it's people been out there with their cameras. Like, these are actually real footage from people's camera phones that had actually been filming, them getting attacked by bees, basically forcing people indoors because they've been swarmed. And they've been swarmed with a bunch of crows in Tel Aviv
Who
city.
said that it wasn't real?
I don't know. Some people in here, some
Who
saying
said
that
it wasn't real?
stop with. Like, we ain't claiming it's biblical, even though there's some scriptures in there that support that Israel was going to get swarmed by bees. But we're not claiming that this is biblical. But hey, can it be though? Could it be some plagues being released? We don't know that.
I don't even see
Yeah,
that.
like, y'all don't know that. Let me pull this up real quick. Hold on. Y'all don't know that.
Who in here think that they know?
I don't know. I don't know if they think they.
People be mad and aggressive for no reason.
At the wrong people at that. Get
Like
mad at the government.
brainwash, right? Brainwash and aggressive.
Get mad at our government. They the ones over there bombing innocent women and children, using our tax dollars to do it. Y'all should be pissed off at our government. Y'all should be pissed off at y'all leader Trump. He the one using our tax dollars to bomb all these other countries and assisting Israel. Y'all should be mad at him. Not us. We just the messenger. Telling y'all to support this nonsense. Supporting this nonsense. But let's get into it though. Just trying to pull this up real quick. All right.
Yeah, I noticed that, Medusa. Everybody's saying everything is AI now, because now when the real shit come out, people would just say that it's AI. Yeah, I know. We
Yep.
noticed that. They that's exactly what they do.
All right. All right. So this is by I guess the CBN News. Biblical plague of bees swarmed Israel. Locals warned it to stay indoors. So the biblical plague of bees have been spotted swarming Israel, leading authorities instructing locals to stay indoors. A massive bombardment of bee insects descended upon the commercial center of Neviot in the southern Israel on Wednesday, local media reported. So the settlement experiment, what the locals describe as an invasion of insects spreading beyond the shopping district into other parts of the town. Wu Tang killer bees. We on the swarm. Residential neighborhood have been also been affected by the bee incursion. He said while locals have been urged to close doors and windows to stay safe, while Naviot's uh, municipal authorities have issued a warning urging people to keep their distance from the affected zones. They are yet to determine. Spine tingling footage captured the buzzing scene outside the shopping center um, as hordes of the creatures descend on the urban area. So that's the video you see that we got playing in the background. Someone recorded it from the shopping center from inside one of the stores. All right, so the video appears to be taken by someone inside the building. Residents were advised to approach the bees under any not to approach the bees under any circumstances. The guidance came to swarm occupy the streets of the public spaces across the commercial areas. So it has been reported that the bees have settled in residential balconies, and further footage shows a mammoth group of insects settling on a vehicle and other parts of the Naviot. On social media, users quote a passage from the Bible from Isaiah 7:18. So Isaiah 7:18 say, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall hiss for flying for the flying that is in the uttermost parts of the rivers of Egypt, and for the bee that is in the land of Assyria, they quote. So that's the Bible verse they quote. Let me get some other variations of this other translations. So that's Isaiah, what's that? Isaiah 17. Is it F 17:18? Did I say 17:18? Hold on, let me get that verse again. I'm tripping. All right, hold on. Oh, it's 7:18. My bad. I said 17:18. All right. Isaiah 7:18. Try to get some other translations of this real quick. All right. So it says Isaiah 17. All right. So I just pulled it up on Google. Isaiah 7:8. Chapter 8, verse 18. Chapter 7, verse 18. A prophetic message from God detailing a coming judgment on Judah using vivid uh, imagery of insects. God will whistle for his armies, the Egypt, the fly, the Assyria, the bee, to swarm and invade the land, covering completely. All right. Yeah. So that's the verse that they quoted. Now we ain't saying that this is the plague that's being released. I'm just saying people are saying that this could be a plague on you know on on Israel just by
Man, F
quoting.
that. It's a plague. It's a plague.
I mean, they
They
already
finna
gonna
they
do that
plagued over
anyway,
there.
right? So that's the bees swarming, but they also had the
The fact that
crows.
they stirring up the bees like that, that's a plague.
Yeah, right. Because those bees are
And the crows.
bees. Yeah, bees are sacred, man. This world wouldn't even be able to survive without bees. The bees are sacred. They really are. They really are. Yep. Let me see something real quick.
Yeah, they causing their own plagues. That's how it works. They cause their
Right.
own plagues. All them bombs and stuff that they dropping, all them chemicals
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff that they spraying, all this shit that's going on is disturbing the wildlife.
yeah, it
It's
is.
still a plague, whether you think it's from God or not. It's a plague.
All right, so let me see. It says, in
And
that day, the
if
Lord.
it's coming through man's, then if it's coming through man, then it is from God, because you know what you think moving through everybody. What you think is, if breath moving through everybody, that's spirit moving through everybody. Don't forget we got dominion over this place.
Exactly.
It's a plague.
It's a fact.
Even when we poison the land and the animal, you can still say that's a plague from God. You can still say that's a plague from God, because you know it's already set in Earth's rules. It's like it's in a rule book.
Yeah.
If you poison the land, your cattle will die.
Right.
Like your bees will die. Like, you disturb nature, you know, the automatic response is nature is going to be stirred up and then things are going to get crazy.
Right.
That's what it is. Like
All right.
God don't have to act immediately. It's all the rules are already set in place. That's what creates the
Yeah.
plagues.
Yeah. Tell them. All right. So this is a video put together by Vertex channel. Said, be invasion in Israel. Authorities issue warnings as swarm spark fear and rumors. So let's go and get into this video. This report. Let me know if y'all can hear it.
A sky humming with tens of thousands of wings, bees flood Israeli streets, shutters slam, whispers rise of divine judgment. Fear spreads faster than facts, but beneath the buzz, science points to something far less mystical. In a region on edge, are these swarms an omen, or just nature misread? Unusual scenes are unfolding across Israel, where tens of thousands of bees have swarmed multiple areas, prompting authorities to issue public warnings. Residents and shop owners have been advised to keep doors and windows shut as large bee swarms continue to appear across different parts of the country. Officials have not indicated any immediate threat, but the sudden scale and spread of the swarms have triggered widespread concern. Online, the phenomenon has quickly taken on a symbolic dimension, with users linking it to religious and historical interpretations.
Divine judgment be upon them.
Across various traditions, swarms of insects have often been interpreted as omens, signifying upheaval, warning, or transformation. In some Christian and biblical symbolism circles, swarms of bees appear in older commentaries and allegorical readings as a sign of large, overwhelming forces or plagues. In Islamic and other Near Eastern traditions, insects like wasps or locust-like swarms are used in scripture as metaphors for punitive hosts sent by God, and bees can be folded into similar imagery of a divine swarm afflicting or warning a people. However, experts caution against drawing such conclusions, pointing to natural explanations rooted in environmental and seasonal patterns. A similar reaction followed a recent incident in Tel Aviv, where thousands of crows darkened the sky, sparking fear and speculation online. Scientists later clarified that the event was a natural migration pattern, not a sign of impending danger. Large-scale animal movements, whether bees or birds, are often driven by ecological triggers, such as climate shifts, habitat changes, or breeding cycles.
Or
Experts
bombing.
emphasize that such coordinated behavior...
Or bombing areas and they relocating. Don't forget, throw that in there as well. Not just climate change, but also if they bomb in areas where these insects or birds are, located, then yeah, they're going to migrate somewhere else because their nature is their habitat is being disturbed. Yes.
While visually dramatic, is a normal part of wildlife activity. Still, in a region already on edge due to ongoing tensions, Even natural
Yep, or
events are being
chemical.
viewed through a
Right.
lens of uncertainty and symbolism. As speculation spreads faster than facts, the latest swarms serve as a reminder. What appears ominous at first glance may simply be nature at work, unfolding on a massive and misunderstood scale.
The agents are in here. The agents flooded the chat.
A viral video showing thousands of crows flying in formation over Tel Aviv has triggered widespread speculation online, with some calling it a natural phenomenon and others labeling it a sign of doomsday. The footage, which darkens the skyline over densely populated areas, has rapidly circulated across social media platforms. However, there is no confirmed timeline for when the video was recorded, raising questions about its authenticity and context. The speculation intensified after users drew comparisons to a similar incident in Kyiv in 2023, where large flocks of birds were seen shortly before heavy bombardment during the Russia-Ukraine war. Online narratives quickly escalated. Many social media users commented that this is a bad sign. Some users associated it with the depictions of war and destruction in the Bible, while experts noted that the situation could be natural. Experts, however, reject these interpretations, pointing instead to well-established scientific explanations. Environmental specialists note that in conflict zones, repeated sirens and explosions can disturb bird populations, forcing them into dense, erratic flight patterns.
That's what you
At
say.
the
All that
same
bombing.
time, seasonal migration and ecological factors frequently lead to large flock formations, particularly in coastal urban regions like Tel Aviv. Analysts also warn of a growing pattern of misinformation, where older footage is recirculated during periods of heightened tension. Reports indicate that similar videos from late 2024 showing large bird flocks over Tel Aviv had previously gone viral, suggesting the current clip may not be recent. Religious interpretations have further amplified the narrative. In Jewish tradition, ravens or orev carry mixed symbolism, associated with impurity and ill omens, but also divine provision. Biblical references, including the story of Noah releasing a raven and passages in Leviticus, reflect this duality. In Middle Eastern cultures, particularly in Islamic traditions and Arabic folklore, crows symbolize betrayal, foolishness, and ill omens.
Also, a flock of crows is commonly referred to a murder or murder of crows, socially gathered in large numbers, particularly in winter or safety, warmth, or share information about food sources. Folklorists often associate them with the omen of death, bad luck, and transformation. So, a murder of crows, this is the most common tradition, poetically term in large group of crows, a mob of crows used by um, let me see. The birders describe the group as aggressively harassing a predator, or let me see what else. All right. Death omen, historically seen in Western culture. All right. So murder of crows. All right. So it symbolizes death, bad luck, or some type of transformation. So that's all right. So let's
Rather
continue.
than direct predictors of death, though their cries near homes can signal misfortune. In Persian and Bedouin lore, crows link to separation or bad luck due to scavenging, with large groups or cries viewed negatively, but not explicitly as death harbingers. However, scholars note there is no doctrinal basis linking mass bird gatherings to imminent catastrophe. Ultimately, experts maintain that the phenomenon is consistent with natural bird behavior, not a precursor to disaster. In a region already on edge, viral imagery can quickly blur the line between perception and reality. But in this case, what appears ominous in the sky may simply be a reminder of how easily fear-not facts can take flight. A stark warning from Tehran is raising tensions across the Gulf. As the war deepens, an Iranian analyst is now openly discussing the possibility of seizing key coastlines in the region, signaling just how far this conflict could expand. Speaking to Iran's national broadcaster IRIB, analyst Morteza Simiari said the country's military is ready to take action if the United States makes what he described as any mistake in the region.
Iran's military is ready to take action if the US makes any mistake in the region. Iran's armed forces are prepared to seize Emirati and Bahraini coasts and fundamentally alter the regional landscape. Entering the coasts of the UAE and Bahrain is on the agenda.
The remarks come days after comments by the UAE Foreign Minister Abdullah bin Zayed denouncing Iranian attacks on the country and stating that it will never be blackmailed by terrorists. His comments were made in response to a wider debate over the UAE's growing cooperation with the United States. Presidential advisor Anwar Gargash had earlier highlighted what he described as blatant Iranian aggression against Gulf states, arguing that it has reshaped regional security priorities. Gargash said the evolving threat has made Iran a central concern in Gulf strategic thinking, prompting the UAE to strengthen its security partnerships with Washington. However, this position has drawn criticism from some international observers. Former French ambassador to the United States, Gérard Araud, questioned whether deeper alignment with Washington could entangle Gulf states further in a conflict not of their making. Despite initial efforts by Saudi Arabia and the UAE to dissuade the United States from launching strikes on Iran, recent developments suggest a shift in stance. Both countries are now seen as moving closer to supporting the ongoing military campaign. In recent weeks, Iran has targeted US military bases as well as oil and gas infrastructure across neighboring Gulf countries. The United Arab Emirates has reported intercepting hundreds of incoming threats, including 338 ballistic missiles and 1,740 drones since the start of the conflict. The latest warning from Tehran follows strong condemnation from the UAE. Saudi Arabia is reportedly preparing to grant the United States access to King Fahd Air Base in Taif, while the UAE has indicated it is ready for a prolonged conflict. In a phone call earlier this month, the Emirati foreign minister told his counterpart, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio, that the UAE is prepared for the war to last up to 9 months. The increasingly assertive rhetoric from Iran, combined with shifting regional alliances, reflects a broader escalation in the conflict. What began as targeted military operations has now expanded into a wider confrontation involving multiple states and strategic interests. Trump called it putting them out of business. Iran has a different word for what comes next.
Make sure y'all double tapping the screen and liking this video. Appreciate y'all that's tuning in. That's just tuning in now. Make sure y'all. Oh, hold on. I think I just got rid of the videos. Yeah, this So what y'all think? Y'all think this is plagues released on Israel for all the blood they done spilled in Gaza and Iran and now mind you, these are designed. We talk about these Zionist Jews that's hiding under the banner of being Jewish, but we know these Zionists are they don't care nothing about the Jewish religion. They just use the Jewish religion to do their bidding. Because
Yeah, that Zionist shit is political motivated. It's politically motivated. It ain't got nothing to do with the religion of Judaism.
I sure don't. Just trying to see what this is. I think this is it.
I mean, there are extremists in just about every religion, though.
Yeah.
It's just the Zionist is like the extreme version of Judaism, and they not. Once you start getting extreme like that, you can't even. Just like the whole terrorist shit with the Middle East shit, but a lot of that don't even be the Middle East. It don't even be the Muslims. It don't even be Islam doing that shit. Sometimes it be these Jewish people parading around like they Islam doing terror. They be doing that shit too.
Right.
Not to say there ain't no extremists within Islam, because there's extremists within every
Yeah.
religion out there.
It's,
To be honest,
yeah, it definitely is.
yeah, it's an extreme. Yeah, it's extremist. And the thing is, I can't even just call Zionists extremists. They just use. They not even like extreme with the religion side. They just 100% political. They not religious at all. Like they're everything they do is motivated by like money, power, all that type of stuff. It ain't got nothing to do with God. It ain't got nothing to do with, spirit. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Just money and control. Money, land, and control. That's all they about. Nothing else. And they might use that stuff, to play victims, and they love playing a victim role. You know how they love playing a victim role. Oh, everybody's anti-Semitic and they coming to get us like Hitler did. That's all they got. And here on the other hand, you got Jews like the Orthodox Jews is not even feeling what the Zionists are doing. They saying they giving Jews a bad name.
Yeah.
So it ain't got shit to do with no anti-Semitism. It ain't got shit to do with none of that. What it is, you wicked and you using the name Jew to do your wickedness. Now you're being called out by people who actually really do practice Judaism.
And
Now you looking stupid.
right, they would never get no mainstream media coverage. I tell you that. Have you seen?
Getting a bunch of
I
social
bet.
media coverage though. It's
Yeah,
a lot
they get right.
because it's going viral.
It damn sure is. It damn sure is. And it's a lot of alternative media covering it. And people just simply going out there amongst the protests and recording and uploading it. And that's a form of journalism too. That people just going out there and covering it. So you actually have unorthodox Jews walking around protesting with Palestinian flags. Let me pull this up. You're never going to see this on mainstream media because the Zionists, we know they own mainstream media. So what would they look like actually covering you know uh you know Jews actually protesting against the Zionists? They're not going to show that. They're not going to show nothing like that on mainstream media. Yeah, but this
That
yeah,
that Israel that's over there that's occupying Palestine. That's not Israel from the Bible. That's what you
no,
have to understand. I see some people in there quoting scriptures about
they are
Israel
not
and all
chosen.
that. When you read those scriptures, about Israel, it's not talking about uh Israel that was built in 1948 by the Zionists. You know, when it's talking about Israel, it's talking about Israel. It's talking about Jacob and Isaac and Jacob and the descendants and all. It's not talking about those Zionists over
It's
there
talk about the 12 tribes
in
of
that
Israel.
fake Israel right now
Yeah,
that's occupying Palestine. Right.
it's talking about the 12 tribes of Israel.
Yeah, it's right. It's talking about the
The,
12
the
tribes
12
of
sons.
Israel. It's not
Yeah, 12 sons of Israel. Yeah, yeah. Let me pull this up. Oh yeah, yeah. They'll. You see, you got a lot of just regular day-to-day Jews out there protesting for Palestine. They don't want Palestine getting bombed or Iran or none of that. They're not backing it. They simply not backing it. So mainstream media is not gonna go out there and cover this. And they protesting big as hell in New York too. Like but they are not going to go out there and cover this. And the thing is, you would think, mainstream media would go out there and cover something like this too. Like the Jews out there actually protesting against Israel to not bomb Palestine and Iran and all that. You would think mainstream media go out there and cover that. They cover everything else. They cover everything else, but this they will not go out there and cover because it goes against the narrative. It goes against the script because they want America's. They want anybody at this point to back them on bombing the Middle East. They want any and everybody they can get to support them on that. Let me see. Protests against Zionists. It's you got some rabbis speaking out. Rabbis speak out against the Zionist movement. All right, here we go. This is the one I was looking for too. Let me pull this up. Pull this up real quick. So we can get some sound on this.
It's definitely a group of people.
All right.
This danger in the world
Yeah,
is if
that's
Esav and Yishmael ever came together, if they ever united. Says the Gemara, if Edom and Yishmael ever united, they would destroy the world. You can never mix Cain and Hevel together. And that's why we wish both of these Umayis in their war against each other, bracha v'hatzlacha. My message to both of them is we wish both of them tremendous hatzlacha. They should wipe each other out. None of it should be said. Both sides should mamish be matzliach as much as possible. We wish both sides tremendous hatzlacha in their avodah of wiping out the other party. This danger in the world is if Esav and Yishmael ever came together, if they ever united. Says the Gemara, if Edom and Yishmael ever united, they would destroy the world. You can never mix Cain and Hevel together. And that's why we wish both of these Umayis in their war against each other, bracha v'hatzlacha.
Let me see something. So,
Yeah, that Star of David is definitely not from the Bible. That Star of David, that's actually a magical symbol. That yeah, people are deceived out here like crazy.
Zionism is the total opposition from the Judaism, diametrically opposite.
all right, Rabbi breaking down the difference between the two.
So you ask me, what's the difference between Jews and Zionists? Zionism is the total opposition from the Judaism, diametrically opposed of Judaism. Judaism is believing in God, and Zionism is mistrusting God. Zionism is against all the religious, against God, against everything. They don't believe in God, that's all. So this is very, very in the root, what we are separate from Zionism. And this, even the Zionists doing the land in a free land, doubles and triples the crime when they're doing that on the head of other people, taking away the land of other people by killing them, by robbing away the land of them. This, of course, makes the crime double and triple. In the Torah, it's written in the Ten Commandments: don't kill, don't steal. So this is really the difference between Zionism and Judaism.
Yeah, Zionists is the ones on the Epstein files, the ones on the Epstein list. Now you talking about fake news? We ain't reporting no fake news. What you see in the title, what the hell we reporting on? What the hell y'all talking about fake news? What the hell? Who the hell talking about fake news? The hell? We ain't in the business. We ain't in the business of reporting on
What's fake news?
Right.
Oh, that's a MAGA.
I don't know.
Oh, that's a MAGA.
Oh, let me make them
fake news.
Let me make them a little madder then. Since y'all want to come in and be mad.
Yeah, that's a MAGA.
There we go. There you go. Be mad. You mad? I'm glad.
Yo, the MAGAs are more aggressive than the libtards, bro.
Yeah.
The MAGA-tards are more aggressive than the libtards. They Magatards is
that
aggressive, man. Brainwashed and aggressive. Like heavy on the brainwashing.
heavy on the program. Bunch of
Yeah, that
mindless
shit's
program.
crazy.
Bunch of
Fake
mindless
news.
program.
Fake news. I bet you they all do that little dance like Trump too. That little Trump dance. I bet you all the MAGAs when they possessed and any type of music come on, they all have to do that same dance. Cause you know it's possession. You know they possess because MAGA is a demon. Remember we did that live stream a couple days ago showing y'all how MAGA, M-A-G-A, if you look it up, MAGA deity, you'll see that MAGA literally means a demon. It's a demon. So when you're possessed by that
Yeah,
demon and music plays, you start to do that little Trump dance. You know that little dance he do?
right.
You literally just start doing that. You can't do nothing else but that dance.
Yeah, they don't understand. Yeah, right. MAGA. That's the Egyptian deity. The demon. The demon. Deity. Sobek. Sobek, aka Sobek. The sun is set, or the sun is
They
set.
love MAGA. They love MAGA.
Right.
Fake news.
Context. The MAGA Make America Great Again movement terms. Yeah, they took it from the deity. Like, that's where Trump got the whole MAGA movement. And this probably wasn't even really Trump's idea to start the MAGA movement. That was probably just him, him being the face of it. But yeah, if you look up MAGA, MAGA is the sun is set. The crocodile demon, crocodile head demon, Sobek. That's what it represents. So for y'all that's following MAGA, y'all following the demon deity.
Yep.
But y'all wouldn't know that though, because y'all just blindly follow these people when they present it to you on TV. Y'all just follow these people.
And Trump is the
Let me
one that
pull it up.
summoned the demon. Trump
Yeah,
is the demon. The MAGA spirit.
type it in your browser right now. MAGA deity, ancient Egyptian deity, MAGA, spelled
MAGA
the same,
deity.
MAGA.
Now we don't fuck with the libtards neither. Now we ain't no Democrats in here. We
Who said
realize that both sides are corrupt.
that? Somebody said
They said
Democrat.
delusional, mentally ill Democrat fake shit. Somebody said.
Democrat.
They said Democrat. Yeah, they said Democrat. They
Y'all
just
crazy
man,
as hell.
the Democrat team is just as bad, maybe even worse. You talking about Hillary and Bill and Barry Sortoro, aka Barack Obama, and his wife Michael. They just as
Epstein
bad.
list. They
They all
both on
Epstein
Epstein.
lists.
They all on
Yeah.
Epstein files.
Yep.
So we don't
Trump on
support none of
Epstein
that.
files along with Bill.
Yeah, that's why I understand how these people they seen him in the Epstein files and they still run around screaming MAGA. Trump gonna save him. He's in the Epstein files. He's being accused of raping 13-year-old little girls. Like y'all run around still support it.
It's insane, bro. It's insane the type of insanity that these MAGA I mean, telling you, man, these MAGA characters, man, they worse. They like, I don't know, man. It's
They
like,
love
you know, you
they
ever see
love they
old
they
cartoons and shit
they
with the
love they
when they get hypnotized and they had a little swirly things in their eyes and shit. It's like they all walk around with them red hats and swirly eyes, like under hypnosis and shit. You can't say nothing to them. And you got some people is like, you know, they hate the fact that they voted for Trump.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's a
mean, you
lot of
got
people
some
regret.
people. Yeah, you got a lot of people that's regretting that shit. Like, damn, I ain't think he was going to change up on us like this. But y'all got to understand, he stabbed everybody in the back. Everybody he worked with, everybody who helped him get in office, he stabbed them in the back. Just think about his close friends, his close friends, his little circle of friends. He stabbed everybody. His ex VP. Pence. He stabbed Pence in the back.
Right.
He stabbed
his
Pence
buddy.
in the back.
He stabbed his
He
buddy
gonna stab
Elon
Vance
Musk
in the back. He stabbed
Vance.
in the back.
You could tell he going to stab Vance in the back because Vance didn't like him
Oh
before he got
hell
in office.
yeah.
Remember, Vance was calling him a con artist, and Vance was
Yeah,
against
exactly.
Trump. Y'all got to realize Vance and all the people that's part of Trump's administration now was against him before he got in office. They always calling him con man. They was talking about how he was on the Epstein files, and they was really against Trump. But then he put them in position, and now they all saying he's a hero. Trump's going to do he's doing a good job. Like y'all don't
He
understand
stabbed
what's going
Kristi
on.
Noem in the back. He stabbed Pam Bondi in the back.
Yeah,
He stabbed Carlson Tucker in the back. He stabbed Megyn Kelly in the back. He stabbed Candace Owens in the back. He stabbed Elon Musk in the back. He stabbed Kanye in the back. He stabbed Alex Jones in the back. Trump stabbed everybody in the back. he literally stabbed Epstein in the back. Like he literally stabbed everybody in the back.
You say he stabbed Epstein in the back?
He stabbed MAGA supporters in the back. The ones who still have a brain. Some MAGA supporters don't even have brains. That's why we call them MAGA-tards.
I'll tell you who he didn't
and they
stab
still
in the back.
supporting this guy.
I'll tell you who he didn't stab in his back. His master Bibi Netanyahu. His master Bibi Netanyahu.
Oh no, he ain't stabbed them in the back.
Yeah,
he ain't stabbed them in the back.
That's his master. Bibi
The
Netanyahu.
Q movement in the back. I forgot about the Q-tards. I forgot about Q and 4chan and the clearing out the deep state and draining the swamp. He stabbed y'all in the back, Q-tards. Those of y'all that believed in that Q shit. That he stabbed y'all in the back too. No, Tom Hanks is not in Guantanamo Bay and was taken down by no military tribune that was directed by Trump and a couple of generals. Nope, that never happened. In fact, you can find Tom Hanks right now in Greece. He just moved this shit over to Greece. And Ellen DeGeneres is also not arrested, like y'all claim. Q-tards.
Let me pull a favorite video.
None of these people are arrested.
So this is before and after. This is all the people that hated him before he put them in position. Let me pull this video up. But they all changed their tune though. They all bait and switch. Every politician do that old bait and switch.
He stabbed everybody in the back. It ain't nobody that he worked with in the past that he didn't stab in the back.
Nobody.
He stabbed all the people who supported his Trump coin. He stabbed them all in the back.
All right, here you go. This video right here. This video right here was all the people that was against him. So this is a before and after. So before and after. This is before and after. It says, imagine these guys as the only allies left. These are before. These are Trump. All people that's part of his administration now. His friends. Listen to this.
Slackers.
Great again. Tell Donald Trump, to President Trump, you saved the world. God bless you.
I'm a never Trump guy. I never liked him.
Elect Donald Trump in 2024. God bless you, sir.
That's Vance saying Donald Trump guy. I never liked him. And look at him now. He loves Donald Trump. He hated him before, but he loves him now.
There is no way we are going to allow a con artist to take over the conservative movement, and Donald Trump is a con artist.
Don't play games with this president's in office, because it's not going to turn out well.
It's typical Trump. All bluster, very little substance.
President Trump made history.
Is Donald Trump the biggest moron? Who the hell are you? Some schmuck with a skyscraper? Who cares? Well, you'll see what I'm going to do. Well, you'll see what I'm going to do. And he loves Israel, too. I said, this is our first Jewish president.
Look, he called him a schmuck with a skyscraper. Now, this is our first Jew president. I love this guy. Y'all was just calling him a schmuck a couple years before. Let me play this again. I love playing this for MAGA. I love playing.
And you know how you make America great again? Tell Donald Trump to go to hell. To President Trump, you saved the world. God bless you.
I'm a never Trump guy. I never liked him.
Elect Donald Trump in 2024. God bless you, sir.
There is no way we are going to allow a con artist to take over the conservative movement, and Donald Trump is a con artist.
Don't play games with this president's in office because it's not going to turn out well.
It's typical Trump. All bluster, very little substance.
President Trump made history.
Is Donald Trump the biggest moron? Who the hell are you? Some schmuck with a skyscraper? Who cares? Well, you'll see what I'm going to do. Well, you'll see what I'm going to do. And he loves Israel, too. And I said, this is our first Jewish president.
And you know how
They said, a smuck with a skyscraper. He said, what are you going to do? Well, you're going to see what I'm going to do 2 hours later. This our first Jew president. I love this guy. yo, yo, y'all gotta admit, man,
Yep.
this shit is a clown. This is a political clown show. Y'all gotta
That's
admit,
that.
man, this political theater. Y'all gotta admit this shit. Like it's just too much overwhelming receipts out here and evidence that this is just one political theater put on for the
The
people.
MAGA tards still say that it's fake.
Put on for the people. They put a good show on for the people, boy. Like we said, it's wrestling. It's wrestling when it comes to
The
them.
MAGA
They
tards
go,
say that the video you just posted was fake.
man, yeah, shit. Y'all can go pick apart those videos one by one and go find each and every one of those videos one by one. Like we said, this shit is wrestling. They all fighting, you know, in the ring, Monday Night Raw, and then they going back and they get together and say that was a good show, and then pull out some White Raw and start sniffing it and drinking beer and shooting steroids and say, yeah, that was a good match out there, brother. That's how I look at these politicians, a bunch of wrestlers. Bunch of wrestlers. Hold on. Trump wrestled
Somebody,
Vince McMahon in the ring, though. Hold on. Trump wrestle Vince
yeah, him
McMahon
and
in the ring?
yeah, they friends, bro.
Yo,
It's
bro,
widely known that Trump and Vince McMahon are close friends and associates.
bro,
Like that was always widely known.
bro.
You know Trump and Vince McMahon. You know how they always used to do business together and probably still
Right.
do.
Right. Ain't nobody denying that this is not AI
How do,
video in the background. It's called a screensaver. Yes, the video is AI. Yes, it's not Trump really getting arrested. Do people really want him to get arrested? Yeah, because
no, it's no F that. It's Trump getting
yeah, it's real.
arrested.
Yeah,
What they
it's
gonna do
real.
about
Yeah,
it?
it's Israel. How
It's
about
real.
that?
It's
It's
Israel.
Israel. It's Israel. Right.
Now what? Now what you gonna do, MAGA?
Who
We
gives
said
a
it's
shit?
real and Trump is getting arrested. Now what you gonna do about that, MAGA?
Who gives a shit if he get arrested? He deserved to
Now
get
what,
arrested.
Mag?
He was
Come on,
friends with
Mag.
Epstein. He was friends with Epstein in the Epstein files. How about
Come
that?
on, Mag.
Let me pull up.
Maggie. Come on, Maggie.
Hold on. So MAGAs, do
Look.
y'all support Epstein? I need to know that.
They love Epstein.
Hold on. For the
If
Trump
you a Maggie,
supporters,
you love Epstein.
Trump supporters, we need to know if you support Epstein, press 111 in the chat. If you don't support Epstein, press 222. For you MAGA supporters, do y'all support Epstein?
Maggie.
We just need to know, do y'all support Epstein? Because if y'all do, I'm about to pull up Trump and Epstein partying together.
Hello, Maggie.
Let's see if this
Maggie.
let's see if this is AI. Hold on though. Let me pull this up. Let's see if this is AI. Let's see if this is AI real quick.
Yeah, both sides do suck, but MAGA's
Yeah,
worse.
both sides
MAGA's
suck.
been
Both
worse
sides.
lately. MAGA's been worse
I'm
lately. They like
well,
aggressive. Like
that's because they God is in order. Yeah, what do y'all say about for y'all MAGAs that's Christians? What do y'all say about him mocking Jesus? Like he pictured himself with Jesus and then lied and talking about he's a doctor. Yeah, I'm just a doctor and heal people. No, buddy, you posted picture of you being Jesus, bro. Don't try to fool the people. Let's pull up y'all boy. Let's see if this boy right here.
Maggies.
Let's see if this boy right here is AI real quick. Let's see if this is AI. Let's go to the. Let's see if this AI real.
No, it's Maggie's in here. Maggie's. Hey, Maggie's.
That is this AI? Is this AI? Who's that right there? That Trump, right? Who's he standing next to? This is
Look
at
at his
Mar-a-Lago, ain't it? Yeah,
look at
look.
that hair. Look at that hair. That
Yeah,
hair
let's see
looks a
if that
mess.
is
He looked
that
like he
AI,
did a
y'all,
couple of
or is that
lines.
Trump
He looked
actually
like he did a couple of lines
with
in the
sex?
back.
Is that AI or is that actually Trump with the pedophile, sex trafficking, murderer, Jeffrey Epstein? Is that Epstein and Trump together? Is that AI too? Is that AI? Just let us know, MAGA supporters in here. Is this AI? Trump
That's what
right
they gonna
there,
claim.
up there trying to kiss the ass of
Ain't
Jeffrey
that
Epstein?
Ghislaine behind him?
Look, Ghislaine in the
You got
back.
Ghislaine behind Trump. Ghislaine,
Trump
yep.
up there.
She over there chilling, and then you got Epstein right there, and they all laughing together, partying together. Look,
Is that him again? Is that AI? Where y'all MAGA supporters at? Pop out the bushes. Since y'all want to say everything's AI, is this
fake
AI
news.
with him and Jeffrey Epstein back in
They're gonna say
1992?
fake news.
Look at that hair though. Look at this part in the side though. Look like
Fake
Master
news.
Splinter's Master Splinter hair
Look at
wearing
that
this.
hair. Yeah, look at that. That shit look like a
It's like a
mess.
rat. Like a rat. Like a rat. Look at
Yeah,
him
that
kissing
shit look
that.
disgusting.
Look at him kissing the
That
ass of
don't even
Jeffrey
look. That
Epstein.
can't be his real hair. That's not his real hair, right? Right?
I think that old shit is his hair. Might be hair plugs. We know the
That
new
can't
hair is
be his
not
real
his.
hair.
Oh, no, we ain't gonna leave you libtards out.
Fake news. Fake
We're
hair.
about to get to y'all next. Hold on. We
Fake
ain't gonna leave,
news. Fake hair.
gonna leave y'all out.
Oh yeah, don't leave
Mm-mm.
the libtards out.
We ain't gonna leave y'all out. Mm-mm. Gonna leave y'all out. 'Cause y'all both Bill Clinton was up there, had that boy up there at the White House, chilling.
Libtards, your turn.
Yeah, don't act like
We be right
don't
back
act,
to y'all. We'll be right back for y'all megatars. Right now, we got the libtards we gotta deal with.
yeah, they be trying to act like Bill Clinton wasn't up there with the Epstein. Him and his wife with Ghislaine up there with Ghislaine and look at look at Bill Clinton in the hot tub, chilling in the hot tub. Hold on, Bill Clinton up there chilling in the hot tub with some young girls with Epstein and his wife going. That deposition was some bullshit. I know that deposition was bullshit. Both Hillary's and
Look, I lost brain cells listening to these two black hosts
but you're gonna lose a little bit more brain cells supporting MAGA. How
with
about
that
that?
red hat on. If you got that, he got that red hat on. You're gonna lose a hell of a lot of brain cells with that red hat. Magatard,
I love I
you talking
love
about
I
two
love
black hosts. Two
two
black.
black holes.
Look, it's two blacks. Look at these two blacks.
Yeah, let's not leave them out. Let's not leave them out. Look, here y'all go. This your boy right there. Bill
Uh,
Clinton with Ghislaine and Epstein. Let's get into some more of these. Let's get into some more of these. There you go. Bill Clinton. Yeah. This around the time when Trump was cool with Epstein too. So don't get it messed up. He was cool with both at around the same time. He was cool with both of them around the same time. Look at him. Look at him. That's y'all. There y'all go. That's y'all beloved Bill Clinton with Jeffrey Epstein, the
there
sex
he is.
trafficking pedo murderer. Yeah, this the one where they both dressed like P. Diddy Combs. They got the Versace shirts on like Diddy. Look at them. They just smile. You know who they smiling at? They smiling at some little girls. That's what they smiling at. They're smiling at little girls. Talking about idiots. Nah, your presidents is idiots. How about that? They up there. They the one up there friends with a pedophile. They the ones that's friends with a sex trafficking pedophile.
We idiots because we exposing both Trump and Bill Clinton's relationship
Right.
to Epstein, showing you that both Democrats and Republicans are dealing
Oh,
with
somebody
Epstein.
said War is Peace said Ghislaine was at Chelsea Clinton's wedding. Yeah. They was all friends. They was all friends. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Obama and them was chilling with
Well, let me put
Epstein
they boy in
too.
the let me put they boy in the back. Since I got Clinton on there, we're gonna put they boy in the back real quick. Here you go. They boy in the back.
Yep. There you go, Magatards. We back. Maggie, we back,
Right. Yeah.
Maggie.
Yeah. They mad because we be exposing their heroes. Right. They mad at that. Yeah. We're shattering their their programming, waking them up. People. It's dangerous waking people up. That's what that's what he told Neo. He said it's dangerous waking adults up.
Hey,
That's
hey
what Morpheus
Maggie.
told. Morpheus said it's
Magatard.
dangerous to start waking these grown folks up. That's dangerous. Mm-mm. No, no, no. No, no, no.
Maga.
And
Maga,
we be trying to talk,
maga.
and we talk,
Maga.
listen, we do this for the fact that we need y'all to understand that both parties are part of the same game. There's really no one party system. Both of these parties it's just one big organized crime gang. That's all they are. They all just one big organized crime. That's it.
Maggie.
They split it in two for the general public, so the public could be against each other. Because their whole mission is to divide and conquer. Listen, we can't let these people come together. We can't let the oppositions come together against us. We have to keep them separated. We have to keep them programmed. We have to keep them brainwashed. We have to keep putting out this propaganda so we can keep these people separated. Because once they wake up and start joining forces, then that shatters our whole system. That pulls the rug from under the little pyramid that always show, the devil at the top. Then you have Vatican. Then you have like the Rothschilds, the bankers. Then you have like, the corporations. Then you have like Hollywood and celebrities. Then you will have like judges. Well, you will have
No,
judges, lawyers,
military, police,
military above them.
military, and police
Yeah,
be over the
yeah,
yeah.
above them. Then you will have like the celebrities and Hollywood, and under that will be the people, right?
Yep.
So if the people actually came to the bottom, is actually where the power is at. The power structure is at the bottom because it's more people there. So if the people at the bottom started coming together, then that whole thing would just crumble. It would just come crumbling down like the 9/11
Yep.
towers. And they know that. That's why they spend trillions of dollars to keep people separated. They know that. They know if millions of people start waking up, hundreds of millions of people that'll shatter the system. Yeah, that's why we always say, man, y'all better start supporting y'all local businesses, man. You better find y'all local farmers markets, local meat markets, local people that make soaps.
We all we got.
Find the most local business that you can support.
He said, find the most local business that you can support.
Right. Because that's the only way. That's the only way this country really gonna sustain is when you start supporting smaller businesses, not the corporations. Corporations put there to rob us blind, and they give us poison that
They
always
already succeeded.
Yeah, they already. So the real power is given. The people taking back the power from this is actually start supporting smaller local businesses. Like bro always say, instead of going to Starbucks or this and all that, it's local coffee shops in your area that can actually use your business. And these are small
The
local moms
corporations
and pop
robbed us
shops.
blind.
Hey, these are small local moms and pop shops, family-owned businesses that have been in business for years. They're going out of business because everybody's running to the corporations.
Who robbed us
That's why
blind?
that's why mom and pop shops is going out of business because they're no longer getting supported by the people in the area because everybody's running to Walmart and Target and Kmart and all these big ass department stores and all these McDonald's and Domino's. Like instead of supporting Domino's, shit, support your local pizza shop. They pizza better anyway.
They robbed us blind. These corporations robbed us
Hey,
blind to the point we all up here looking like Helen Keller and motherfucking Stevie Wonder. Like we walk around blind, deaf, dumb, retarded, magatards, libtards, Q-tards,
somebody said, is YouTube a
voter
small
tards.
business? The hypocrisy is off the charts. YouTube is a platform just like you on YouTube
Yeah,
right
it's an
now,
open source.
right?
It's an
So
open source
you gotta
platform.
understand something. You gotta understand something. You have a profile right here on
That
YouTube.
person is
You
slow.
YouTube makes billions of dollars off people just having a profile. You understand what we're saying? So it was that time that Facebook shut down for like a half a day. They lost billions of dollars, double-digit billions of dollars just shutting down a half a day. Yeah, so it will actually have to take a collective of people to actually just say no. Don't turn the phones on. Don't send your kids to public school. Don't support no corporations. Don't even put gas in your car. Just sit home and just say fuck it. We ain't voting. We
Yeah,
ain't
but it's
doing nothing.
different. It's different. It's a difference when you're talking about communications, though.
Yeah, right.
Like it's a difference about you. You have to be on the same
Right.
communication lines as the general public. Them. So you
Yeah.
have to use these big platforms to basically reach the general public. Even small businesses are on. We're a small business and we're using this platform.
Yeah, we on a
This is a way
platform
for small businesses to flourish. Right.
because everything has been
Yeah,
pushed
this is
and
this is
consolidated and pushed on the internet. Even the
right.
information, all the information, like people's not really going to local libraries and shit like that because all the information has been consolidated and pushed on the internet. So and the information is processed much faster. That's why a lot of people is waking up much faster because the information is being processed much faster with
Right.
the assist of artificial intelligence. Yeah.
We telling people not to spend their money with the corporations. That's what we telling people to do. We telling y'all to
And that
spend
and,
your money with the local businesses.
yeah, and that
But
makes sense. Like you would want to support the
unfortunately,
local the backbones of the country is the mom and pop shops. That's the backbone of the country. So you will want to support the smaller businesses because they're the ones that
yeah.
is the backbone of the country. The corporations just extract money out of our communities, and all their monies is offshore. Like Swiss accounts offshore. That's where all their money go offshore, offshore accounts. It doesn't circulate back into the economy like that. So that's why. So people come in and be like, y'all idiots, y'all know what you know. We know exactly what the fuck we be talking about when we come on these live streams. We telling you that the left and right is full of shit. And they only there to support the corporations, to rob the people blind.
Right.
That's why we do what the fuck we do. Like we don't come on here with listen, the left and right is full of shit. And we ain't talking about the people. The general population is just against each other because, they've been grouped off and, you know, mainstream media is telling you what to do. But we're telling you that the political parties of the heads of these political parties are full of shit. They just are. A democratic
You hear that, MAGA?
a democratic president is no different from a republican president. They're just in there to
You
be a
hear that,
president of a
libtards?
corporation. United States corporation, that's it. They just put in there to basically rob the people. They're just the face of robbing the people. That's it.
You
just
hear
just
that,
ask yourself,
libtards?
have any voting that actually benefited you in any type of way? We tell you all the time. You know what would be beneficial more? Starting a business. Start supporting local businesses.
Start supporting and building local businesses.
Yeah, that's the
Right.
only way to. Yeah,
And
because
networking. And networking.
that will beat out voting any day. Because that's you doing for yourself. You're not putting a strain on the government. You're not asking the government for no fucking handouts. You're not asking. That's not putting a strain on the government. You're not asking the government for handouts. You're actually doing for self. So there's no problem there. They always say, yeah, the welfare. Well, the government is the
Basically,
government.
communities got to
Yeah.
start putting their own systems together.
See, we got to start switching this shit around. The government is actually on welfare to the people. The government is on welfare to the people, and what I mean by that is the
Right.
government is on welfare to the people. They're living off of our energy and our currency. We're the ones that's working to keep the system going. They're the ones on welfare. The government is on welfare. You see that 39 trillion on their way to 40 trillion in debt? That's the government right there. They're on welfare. That's our tax dollars. That's 40 trillion in debt. That's our money right there. So it's the government on welfare, not us.
People be saying people be saying that people on food stamps and shit be eating lobster and steak. If you think they eating good, you see how good these politicians are eating. Politicians aren't only eating good, they living good. Politicians living like kings and queens off of tax dollars with no oversight. They out there, shit, you talking about little welfare money out there buying little snacks and little this and little chips and cakes and fucking steak and lobster, as you call it. But look how these motherfucking politicians are living. Mansions, private jets, islands, multiple vacation homes. Like,
right.
right. And these motherfuckers don't do no work. These politicians ain't doing no real.
They sit on their ass and pedal.
All they do is lobby for the corporations and make more money.
So is it the people on welfare or is the government actually on welfare? Our government is actually on welfare to the people. They're running amok with the taxpayers' money. Are we lying?
Right. They didn't get $39 trillion in debt from welfare recipient. Bro, they didn't get $39 trillion in debt from welfare recipients. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. Let's get the fuck on with this. $39 trillion in debt. Like, think about that shit. And that 39 trillion ain't really helping no American citizens out at all. None.
They're sending billions and billions of dollars to Israel every fucking year of our tax dollars. Israel has free healthcare and free education. We pay out the ass for education and healthcare in this country, but we giving billions to Israel so they can have free healthcare. Y'all gotta wake the fuck up. Y'all too fucking sleep out. Wake the fuck up. Did you hear what I just said? They're taking our money and giving it to another country so they can have free shit. And we paying out the ass. Would that even make sense?
You make too much sense. You make too much sense in a society who ain't got no damn common sense and they just brainwashed.
Well, they come
like
in
we like there's a lot of people these days that are getting it, but then there's a lot of people who don't. There's more people who don't get it than do.
Yeah,
that's why
because they don't.
That's why everything's effed up.
Because they just follow mainstream media. They don't really think critical. They don't really have critical thinking. Because they don't make sense. You will say, all right, well, because and then again, it's no transparency between government and the people. Like we're paying tax dollars. It would make sense. Like, can we get some type of fucking transparency with that to see where our tax dollars is actually going? But it's no oversight. So there's nobody there to actually, make them have some type of transparency. It's no oversight. So like we said, if you sending billions and billions of dollars to another country so they can have free healthcare and free education, but we still have to pay for our education and healthcare Where the fuck do that make sense at? That don't make sense. Listen, man, people. We talk about the people that have to work. People that have to work or people that run business have to pay for their own insurance. There's no free insurance. Y'all that's the working class and have to pay for your insurance. You have to pay for your children's insurance. We're talking about our money is being extracted and given to another country where their working class and
Meanwhile,
their business owners don't have to pay for health care. That's what we're trying to tell you. Like, come on now.
and meanwhile, the government is shut down. The government is shut down, and the politician that gives themselves raises. Government is shut down, and people's actually out on their ass who got government jobs. That's another thing. You can't depend on no government for no job. They can stop that shit at any time. Government shutdown. During a government shutdown, the politician gives themselves raises. They get raises. Like while everybody else is suffering, barely, able to make it, the politicians make sure they get raised. Like, and we talking about astronomical raises. And that's not even counting the amount of money that they skim off the top when they doing all this lobbyist shit from these corporations, or when they find the corporations. You know how some corporations get caught doing some illegal shit and the government fines them. They be finding $50 billion, $100 million, $300 million. Where y'all think that $300 million that the government be? Who pockets do you think that money goes into? When these corporations be paying the government $100 million for violating some code or some shit like that, who you think that money go to? Think about it. That money don't go nowhere to help the people out. That money go to buy a politician another vacation home and another yacht. Oh, and they need a new helicopter. When they in whatever city they in, they need a new helicopter because they don't like driving through traffic. They don't want their driver to have to drive through traffic, so they just get a pilot to just helicopter them. So they need new helicopters every other month. You know what I'm saying? So that's where that money go. And then you know what the corporations do? Continue doing the same shit because that money ain't really a fine. That money is just so they can continue to operate doing their illegal shit. So these corporations, when the government fine them, that's some more bullshit. So that's more money that these politicians make. Fining, so-called slapping a corporation with a fine. And then that opens the door for them to slap more fines on smaller businesses who won't survive because their profit margins are a lot lower than the big corporations. Know this, and the government knows this. So that's how they want to keep, basically killing off smaller businesses so the corporations can grow. And the government love when big corporations grow because politicians get paid from the big corporations more than they do from small businesses. The governments love big corporations. They come in there, these execs and all this shit and walk in a politician's office when it comes to making a big decision that affect their business, and they have a suitcase of cash. They throw that suitcase of cash up on that politician's desk. That politician mouth be watering. You know what I mean? If it's a dude, dick be getting hard. If it's a female, they getting wet. And they know and they see all that money in there, and they get that look, that green eyes.
Oh.
The dollar signs start popping out of their eyes. And then next thing you know, that politician is bought. And when they do, and when they start regulating, who do they regulate? The competition of the big corporation. Who is that? The small.
All the businesses, moms and pop shops of America. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
they just run us out of business. They'll send a hit corporation in an area like Walmart. They'll send a Walmart in the area, a super Walmart at that, just to take out all the moms and pop shops in the area. That's what they do. They send hit corporations in. They put a goddamn Walmart smack dead right in the middle of the area and basically shut down all the moms and pop stores in the area. Hey, they got the advertisement to turn
And if
out the
they can't
lights.
shut down the moms, hold on, you ain't done though. Cause if they can't shut the the moms and pop shops down through like competition, they get the government in there to regulate the smaller business to get them out of there. If they can't do it
Right,
through competition, see that's what I
right,
see that these big corporations, they got many tools. They got many tools that they use to get rid of smaller businesses. That's what they
right,
do. They come in there with cheaper price. Walmart come in the area with cheaper prices with everything. Take out all the moms and pop shops around it because nobody can basically compete with that. And if it's an area where the moms and pop shops are, they get more business people, the locals are actually, loyal to the moms and
right,
pop businesses, that's when they pay off the local governments to go in there and shut those businesses down. They go in
right,
there and all of a sudden find all types of regulations and shit. And next thing you know, the smaller business is out of business, not because they're not making the money, it's because they keep getting fines. They get fine after fine after fine, regulation after regulation after regulation. And next thing you know, they're regulated out of business. And then there you go, your Walmart and your Target and your dollar store is flourishing. And the entrepreneur, the day-to-day American citizen
yeah.
who built their business from the ground up, it starts crumbling.
The tariffs
That's
ain't
nobody can
yeah,
deny this shit.
and the
Nobody can
tariffs took
debate
out
what
a
I'm
lot of
saying.
businesses too, right? And the tariffs took out a lot of businesses. Yeah, because a lot of businesses depend on source China sources or whatever for their business. So yeah, when they raised the tariffs up, yeah, that put a lot of people out of business as well. So a lot, like we said, American people is not benefiting from this shit at all, like nothing at all. That's why people gonna have to start doing for themselves and networking with people that's doing for themselves. That's the only way. I don't see no other way to really fix this problem that we have, this economic problem we have in America. I really don't see no other way. We can't depend on the government. We can't because they're sending all our money overseas. So we know that's not going to work. The corporations is selling us a bunch of chemical poisons and their money don't circulate in our areas. That money they only extract that money and
Right,
put it in offshore accounts. So that we know that's not going to work. So what's the
bro.
solution? The solution is
Bro, listen, though. Listen what type of scam. Listen about the scam though with the stimulus checks because of that. They give people stimulus checks when the economy is bad because they say, "Oh, we want to jumpstart the economy, so let's give people stimulus checks to spend." But that money's not circulating back in the community. That shit's going to offshore accounts. So it really don't stimulate the economy when they give us those little bit ass stimulus checks.
pyramid scheme.
It actually worse for the economy. Yeah, it's worse for the economy in the long run because when you start looking at the books and seeing where the money is flowing, they realize their money is going to offshore accounts. It's going to shell companies that exist offshore. So these big corporations, they get all that stimulus check money because people go out there and they spend crazy when they get stimulus check. When people get
Yeah,
stimulus check, they going straight to Walmart, straight to Target, straight to the dollar store. The same shit. Straight to the clothing, the name brand clothing store when they get those stimulus checks, and all that money goes to offshore accounts. It never circulates among the communities to stimulate the economy. It never stimulates the economy. So that's just there. That's the corporations and the government way to steal more money through the stimulus scheme. So, we giving you Americans money so you can spend, so it can so it can boost the economy. When that money ain't boosting the economy, because that shit don't stay in America. So that's a scam. Another scam. Scam on top of scam, built on top of another scam, and that scam is built on top of another scam. And then you got it is, I love Trump and MAGA. I love Kamala. I love Biden. We did it, Joe. All that bullshit propaganda.
we
What
did it,
was
Joe.
Obama's slogan? What was Obama's slogan? What was his bullshit slogan?
Uh,
Change. What are you talking about?
no, he said,
Talking about, yes, we can. What
yes,
wasn't
we
that?
can.
Yes, we can. Yes,
Yeah,
we
yes, we
can.
can.
Yes, we can. All that bullshit that
Yes,
all
we
these
can. What?
politicians
Yeah,
be
yeah.
saying.
What was the yes we can
Yes, we
for
can.
though?
Keep scamming. Yes, we
Yeah,
can.
you gotta look at this. Yeah, what was that? Yes, we can
Somebody
slogan for? Yes,
asked
we
if we
can what
take the
though?
Soros money. Somebody asked if we take the Soros money. Hell nah. I don't even
Black,
know no motherfucking
hold on,
Soros. Soros money.
Soros.
What's Soros money?
You mean Black Lives Matter took Soros money? Black Lives
Somebody
Matter
asked
took
if we
that
took
shit.
Soros money.
Who the fuck is
George
Soros?
Soros money?
George
Man,
Soros
you out of
money.
your goddamn mind. He talking about George Soros.
Who the fuck
How the
said
fuck
that?
we take his money? Do you guys take Soros?
Just the American people need to take his goddamn money.
Oh,
Y'all
this
ain't got
nigga
no
again.
mind.
This Marco nigga again.
It's Marco nigga.
It's Marco Negro again. Yeah,
It's Marco nigga.
he was trolling yesterday. He was trolling
Nah,
yesterday.
listen, we didn't like the
Soros
troll.
money.
Who said that shit though? Soros money.
I told you this Marcos Negro. He was trolling yesterday. Soros money. What was Soros money? Oh, when he laundered money through the Black
Black
Lives
Lives
Matter.
Matter.
That's
Yeah.
Soros money. We wasn't attached to no Black Lives Matter. We knew that shit was a scam. We knew that shit was a scam soon as right away. We be knowing shit be scams right away. We
Yeah,
knew
because
Trump was a con man right away. We knew
listen,
all that shit right away.
because we know once the mainstream media get a hold of a movement, it's a wrap. we know when the mainstream media get a hold of a movement is because they really just hijack grassroots movements. They find grassroots movements and infiltrate them, commercialize them, and spit it, and spit it to us through the mainstream media.
Right.
Because I think the
right.
if I'm not confused, I think the Black Lives Matter started as a grassroots movement when the Mike Brown shit happened. If I'm not, if somebody in this can confirm this, I think the Black Lives Matter movement happened when the Mike Brown shit happened. But then it got hijacked. Then they start attaching celebrities to it, and corporations start getting involved in mainstream media. Yeah, mainstream media start
Scam
pumping
after
it out,
scam.
and they really did a numbers on us with the George Floyd shit. Ooh wee, ooh wee. When that George Floyd shit happened, man, mainstream media was all over it. All these organizations, they was all over it. All that Black Lives Matter shit, they was all over it. I'm like, damn, this, yeah.
What, that
Yeah.
George Floyd bullshit?
Yeah, when that shit happened, with that George Floyd shit happened,
A whole bunch of people out there acting like they care. These fake ass motherfuckers only care because the media told them to care about
the
George Floyd.
mainstream media. Yeah, the mainstream media. Well, that's what I said.
Bro, most of these motherfuckers don't care about.
Listen, when the mainstream media grab that shit, bro, it's all for agenda purposes. Because while they got us focusing on that shit, they actually doing some shit behind the scenes when they have us focused on that shit. And it's usually some type of
All
policy
these niggas.
they want to sign in.
All them niggas acting like they cared about George Floyd just because it was the popular thing to do, because it was trendy. When we know a lot of these people, they be having crackheads in their neighborhood that be dying all the time, and they don't give a shit about that crackhead dying in their neighborhood. But they care about George. But now they care about George Floyd. Get the fuck out of here, man! Come on.
Yeah, like Pookie,
let's start being real, man.
People ain't giving shit about Pookie down the street.
Right.
Oh, Pookie down the street, they ain't giving shit about Pookie.
Yo, let's be real. Nobody really gave a shit about George Floyd dying, especially niggas in the hood. Like they niggas die every day in the hood. Nobody be caring. You be seeing people in the comments basically bragging about how many bodies that their city caught. Yeah, my city. We number one in murders. We murdered every. We number one. Who's below us? Who's below us? No, Chicago. What was it? L.A. Yeah, we got all the bodies. But then they care about George Floyd the next week. Get the fuck out of here,
Nah,
man. Like, yo, this brainwashing. Like, man, look, it's people be fake as hell out here. Fake.
I mean,
Fake.
well, this, that's what the propaganda machines put there to
Fake.
do. It's put
They
there to
only cared because it was a trendy thing to do.
listen.
It was trendy.
Look,
It was trendy to care about
that,
George Floyd.
that's that, and that's how they get people. That's how they actually take our energy. That's what they do. That's how they actually able to capture our energy by using mainstream media to get behind a movement so everybody can follow that movement. That's how it works. I mean, it works the same with politics. It's just that's what it is. So it's really up to the people to decide. Like I said, when this Epstein file shit got released, and we seeing that those people that was on the list are head of the corporations that people have been supporting even before they was even born, and these politicians they've been supporting before they was even born or voted for, and seeing all them on the Epstein files, and that should have woke people up right there and said, listen, we can't support this government no more. These motherfuckers is pedophiles and sex traffickers,
Right.
drug
Right.
dealers, murderers.
Right.
Like, we like, why? Knowing that our tax dollars is actually going into this shit, it would make people wonder, like, yo, we can't vote for this shit no more. These motherfuckers is on the Epstein files.
Right.
But nah, that's not what happened. People start supporting motherfuckers even more. I don't know what I don't.
Yes, they
At this
did.
point, it's like, what's the point of even talking to motherfuckers that's still asleep? What's the point? Let the dead bury the dead. At this point, what the scriptures say, let the dead bury the dead. Let the dead
No,
bury the dead.
we are inspiring. We are inspiring and uplifting the people who do know.
I guess we just for the voice for the people that's actually searching to be
Right.
to be aware of what's
Facts.
going on. I don't like to
Right.
use that word woke because that's some other programming propaganda shit they
Yeah,
even
that
put out
shit's
there.
programmed.
I say awareness, just to be aware, consciously aware,
Right.
to be consciously aware of those. So this live stream is for the people that want to be that want to be consciously aware of what's going on,
Right.
and not fall victim to the same shit every 4 years, or fall victim to just the propaganda and the brainwashing and the bullshit.
Heavy on the brainwashing.
All right. Yeah, they plan on. Yeah, we're gonna do a live stream on the data centers too, because they trying to buy up land, all this land to build these data centers, which is
People
going to
ain't
be
falling for it.
which is going to be energy draining. Like, they build these data centers. You know how much energy it takes to actually power one of those data centers up? That means they just gonna hike up the energy prices on the people. Every time they build some new shit, it all falls on the people. It all falls back on the people. They hike up everything we do when they bring about some new shit. It's all off the backs of the people. So we know that what type of energy it takes to actually sustain these type of data centers. So what they gonna do? They just gonna hike up the energy prices for the people in that area, and people ain't gonna give a shit. They just gonna accept it. I seen an article today. They offered these farmers $26 million for their farm so they could convert it into a data center. Yeah, we're gonna do a live stream on that shit because there's a lot of farmers that's being offered triple of what their farm is actually worth just so they can convert it into a data center. Yeah. Make sure y'all subscribe, double tap the screen. Like we said, if y'all want to support our local business, our family owned business, that's nightandayherbals.com. We sell natural herbal products that we make ourselves, and we're networked with people that make products themselves. So this is high quality ingredients. It's not quantity, it's high quality because it's made by our own hands. Natural herbs grown in season, Nothing grown out of season. All the herbs is grown in season. Everything is processed naturally. We don't use no chemicals, no sprays, no extra fillers and ingredients, none of that. All the soaps are all the soaps are chemical free. All the lotions that we use and all the things is chemical free. So everything is naturally made. So you can support our business, 9dateherbals.com. You can actually 5 stars on Google. You can type us in Google, 9 Day Network LLC, and all of our, social medias and our business will pop up. And yeah, just look us up. And those who, start supporting more of your, local businesses, man. Like you got a family of friends or you just people that that do good business in the area, start supporting them. Start supporting those businesses. But that's the only way we're going to really be able to sustain this economy is by supporting each other. That's it. We really don't see no other solution.
Yeah, there ain't no other solution. This
There's no
shit
other
collapsing.
solution. Yeah, it's
Yeah, this
collapsing. There's
shit
no
collapsing.
Yeah, there's no other solution.
I mean, I don't think they're gonna let it collapse. I think they're gonna try to save it with cryptocurrency just so they can bring digital currency into place so they can track
Yeah, they want to
everybody. That's why
yeah,
they
they
want
want
the
to bring
data
crypto
centers.
in.
Because
Yeah,
more data centers, that means more surveillance, more
right.
more artificial intelligence and more surveillance if they bring in those big ass data centers. We do not want those big ass data centers in our neighborhoods. We
In
just do
our
not
areas.
want those
Hell
big
no.
ass data centers in our neighborhoods. They're gonna use those shits. Yeah, they're gonna use that to basically put advanced surveillance on us, which they already got, but they're gonna be able to monitor all the surveillance better if they bring those data centers here. And then the data center, it kills all the fresh water. It takes
Yeah,
so much water to run those
yeah,
data centers because the shit be heating up and they need to literally use water to basically cool off all the equipment that it takes to run those data centers. And it runs through water supply like crazy. So if we just let them build a whole bunch of data centers everywhere, we're gonna have effed up water supply. Our water supply is already dwindling because they poisoning it.
yeah. The
So if we
water
got the
is
data centers
contaminated.
basically competing with water with with the citizens, yeah, we'd be done. We can't let them build that shit, and they're gonna be surveillancing the hell out of us, collecting our data and doing all types of shit with it. That's integrated with artificial intelligence. We do not want that. We do not want these wicked individuals to be able to set up these big ass data centers to bring artificial intelligence to our neighborhoods. We do not need that.
No.
Because you gotta think about it. You know what they're gonna be able to do with those data centers, right? They're gonna be able to send big drone attacks and humanoid robots and shit, all types of shit, because the data centers is what basically is going to give out the information to feed the artificial intelligence and the shit that's attached to it. So any
Yeah,
type of
like our
surveillance equipment, any type of humanoid robots, any type of drones, or anything like that that the government want to use against us, those data centers will be powering it.
right. They
We do
first
not want that shit, y'all.
right, like the first installment was the 5G towers. Like that was like the first installment. Um, but yeah, they plan on building the data centers because they need artificial intelligence to process the information even faster. Like we said, they pull you over, they could just scan your image and all your information pop up. They don't need to even ask for your ID no more. Yeah, let me see your driver's license and your registration. They don't need to see that. They just scan your fucking body. It's linked to your ID, your digital ID. That's what the whole digital ID is about. So now they could just scan you and just all your information pop up. That's it.
Look what somebody said. Hold on. Look what somebody said is happening in Memphis. He said the people in Memphis and in Alabama are now suing Elon Musk
Yep.
over his AI data centers destroying their
Yeah.
communities.
I
So you
seen that.
got
We going
Elon Musk
right.
data centers are destroying people's communities.
Yeah. We're gonna
Like
actually
that,
bring
let's go
that
to
up on
show
the
we
live.
don't want that all over the place.
Right. Oh, straight with no chaser said it's like that in Texas too. Said It's like that there in Texas because of the data center. Let me see Polar's comment up. Damn. So it's y'all areas is already feeling the effects of these data centers already. It's crazy. Damn.
Somebody said we watch too many Terminator movies. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Bro,
Skynet.
don't they know AI exists?
Yeah.
Like, don't they know AI exists? Like, how are we watching too much Terminator? The
I'll be
technology
back.
exists. The
I'll
fuck?
be back.
They're literally
Yeah.
using the technology now to slaughter people in the Middle East. Those drone strikes, they using artificial intelligence for those drone strikes now.
Yeah. That
Y'all niggas
somebody
don't know
must.
that they already got artificial intelligence that
Who
they
said
already
that shit?
got, and they could just
Who said that watching too many? Who said that shit?
somebody
They
said
must
that
not.
some nigga, some
I don't
somebody
even
that
see
don't
that
know what the
comment.
fuck is going on out here.
Yeah, they must not update it. They
I
don't know what's
posted
going
up,
on.
Eric. We watch too many Terminator movies. You do know that the technology for Terminator do exist, right? You know they using it every day, right? How don't people still know that that shit don't exist yet? Like,
What year
how
was
don't
you
people
born in?
know that
What
exists yet?
what year was you born in, Eric? Did you just get here? Guess he was just born yesterday. I guess he really the part of that term.
Yeah, they must
He was
have
born
just got
yesterday.
here.
Yeah, he must have just got here. Maybe from the past or some shit. Maybe he time traveled here. I don't know.
Had to.
Yeah, he must have
Had
just
to
got
time
here.
travel here. What the hell?
He must have just got here. He must have just been
So
born
you're
yesterday.
telling me you don't know that artificial intelligence and humanoid robots exist yet? You haven't seen no you haven't been paying attention to anything? Like no news, no nothing. You don't read. Like what do you do? How don't you know that the technology from the Terminator exists yet? How don't you know that? Know that.
Skynet. Oh shit.
You don't need to watch Terminator anymore. All you gotta do is go where they using a whole bunch of artificial intelligence at like DARPA and the military, certain dark military project. They already using this shit already. You got some people that's using the same technology to deliver food. You got some of these apps got the humanoid robot delivering people food,
Yeah, Amazon used the
and it's
yeah,
artificial
Amazon.
intelligence.
Yeah, Amazon used the AI drones to deliver food.
Somebody
I mean,
said, but
deliver
I bet.
packages.
Somebody said, but I bet. Somebody said, but I bet he could tell the whole situation behind the Pooh Shiesty, the Pooh Shiesty situation.
That's crazy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he probably do. He probably do know the whole situation behind that, but don't realize that artificial intelligence and humanoid robots don't exist yet. Cause that's all Terminator was. Don't y'all realize that's all? Don't you realize that's all Terminator? Like behind Skynet is artificial intelligence and humanoid robots and drones. We got all that technology today.
Yeah,
In artificial intelligence that write its own programs. Artificial intelligence that can create its own language. Artificial intelligence that can link to humanoid robots that actually do drone strikes. All that shit exists. How are we watching too many Terminator movies?
I don't know. Should just type in DARPA. Type in Boston Dynamics. And
Right.
it all pop up for you. Boston
It's all
Dynamics,
there. Right.
DARPA. Yeah, it all if you far behind in the information, it's You need to get caught up as far as like you said, the Terminator. Yeah, just go to type in DARPA and type in Boston Dynamics, and that should help you catch up. Cause you must have just got here like Terminator did.
Yes, they just got here.
Remember like John Connor. Remember he just got here. Remember John Connor? He just got here. The T-1000 just popped up. So yeah, you want to get caught up? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. T-1000. That mean liquid metal.
Kyle Reese, he just popped up. You know what I'm saying?
Kyle Reese.
Yeah. So you watch too much movies. You watch too much Terminator. I mean, well, shit. Terminator was like a blueprint. Terminator and the Matrix. Like that's
Facts.
like
Right.
blueprints to this shit.
Facts.
Like people be just thinking Hollywood just be there just to entertain us. Nah, that shit be there to program our subconscious too. You know what I mean? That's definitely commercials. Those are commercials for the agenda. CIA work closely with Hollywood. Got to keep the programming going.
And that's exactly what's going. The program is definitely kept going.
Hell yeah.
That program, that's why we call it a simulation or the Matrix. At any given time, anybody around you could turn into an agent.
Mr. Anderson. Mr.
Yo,
Anderson.
anybody could turn to MAGA or libtard right around you. That's the Agent Smith right there. Agent Smith is the equivalent. Let's start breaking this shit down. Like Agent Smith is equivalent to a MAGA supporter or a libtard.
I'm gonna be
Like
honest.
those are the agents. Like they could pop up anytime.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even think we're gonna have a next election. I don't even think we're gonna have one at this point. Because it's like, who do you trust? Like, who do you trust to actually sit in that office? Like it's nobody else you can trust. Like the Epstein files should have came through and put a damper on that shit. Like, yo, who the hell can you really trust to vote for it? Like, who they gonna present to us and put in front of our faces that we can actually that people can actually trust and vote for it?
You're gonna have some. You're gonna have some people out here still voting. They just it's all part of the program. You gotta think about it. You just think about in the Matrix. Certain programs have to exist for the Matrix to exist.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
right.
The Matrix is not going anywhere anytime soon. So
yeah.
The Matrix is always gonna have its people that's plugged into the machine.
But it's a shift that's happening though. Maybe that's why they got the whole no kings thing going on, because they like, all right, maybe they gonna try to put a dictator in place, like straight up dictator in place.
I mean, we already partially there.
Right.
Because Israel up in that Oval Office, like it's the dictator telling everybody what to do. Because Congress ain't listening. You know, the executive branch ain't listening. Right. You know, nobody's listening. None of all those government, all them government factions of the government, they all corrupt. So that don't even matter. So a dictator's already in place. Whoever got the most money and the influence, and they have that over that Oval Office, and that right there is the dictator. So who's telling everybody in the Oval Office what to do? Israel. So Israel's the dictator. Because it's like, will we even be in Iran right now if it wasn't for Israel? Think about it. Will we even be in Iran right now?
Actually, no.
We wouldn't even be in Iran if it wasn't for Israel. Because
Trump said he said specifically
Trump literally said he's there. Yep, to assist Israel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
So that is a dictator, because we're not supposed to allow. We're not allowed to go to war unless Congress approves. This war is not even sanctioned from the United States government.
Nah.
You gotta think about it. The United States government technically didn't sanction this war in Iran.
No.
It wasn't approved by Congress. It wasn't approved by nobody.
Right.
So how is that not a dictatorship already? Think about it. That's already a dictatorship. It was not it was nowhere in the cards where this man was just supposed to go to war when he feel like it, or because. And you got two other branches of the government you have to check with first, and the American people. So from my understanding, I think that's already a dictator. Shit, I think even Bush got approval from Congress to invade Iraq. This dude ain't get no type of approval from Congress to go into Venezuela. Well, I guess technically that wasn't even a war. That was a kidnapping. And we just sat back and let him do that. Kidnap the president for Venezuela. Kidnapping. That you can't even say there was a war. But I guess this shit with Iran is like a sanctioned war. Well, it's not even sanctioned. It's him doing his own thing and doing whatever he want with America. You know, but on the order of Israel though. It's insane. This is insane. This is insane. Somebody said Congress is not in charge of the military, but there's checks and balances between each government, each faction of the government. Those three branches of the government are there. Not one of those branches is supposed to be more powerful than the next. If you know anything about how this government was set up over here, those three branches of the government is supposed to have checks and balances in between. You can't have one branch just doing what the fuck it want to do. Congress is in some form over the military because military wouldn't be able to go into countries they shouldn't be able to go into other countries without getting approval from Congress first. In fact, the budget wouldn't even be there for them to even be able to do it. Because Congress is the ones that's supposed to be responsible for signing off on a budget so the military can operate. But we know all that government stuff is bullshit. We know it don't exist. That's the point that we making. It don't even matter. All the schematics and all that bullshit don't even matter. Just know it's a dictator. Three branches of the government don't mean nothing in 2026. The Constitution, the American Constitution, don't mean shit in 2026. Nobody can't even debate that. Yes, Congress passes the military budget. Yep. So the military wouldn't even have the means to even go to do anything if Congress don't write off on it. But it seems like Trump and Israel, on the other hand, said F that. We're gonna do what we want to do. Even if we go broke and we can't pay our bills over here, we still gonna do it. Even if you don't approve the budget, I'm still going over there. Somebody said Trumpy is literally showing you NPCs this system is fake. Right. I mean, I think all the presidents who went through that Oval Office showed us how fake things are. And old ass Congress up there definitely have plenty of times. And all them corrupt judges from that branch shit is corrupt, y'all. It don't even matter, y'all. It don't matter what part of the government, what branch of the government, they all corrupt. you can't even. It don't even make no sense to even try to make sense out of it, because there ain't no. It's just corruption. That's it. There's no other way to it. Somebody said. Somebody said 90% of Congress signed oaths of. I believe that. I mean, we don't really have no documented proof of that, but all the actions that's been taking place is basically leading up to, yeah, this can be very well be. This can very well be true. 90% of, yeah, that's possible. It is. It's possible, man. Congress. You know what I mean? 90% Israel. That could be true. Shit, it could be 100% at this point, and I would believe it. Like 100, like Congress is 100% Israel. Like everybody there is Israel over Americans.
They didn't allow Israeli soldier into the to where Congress is at.
Yup. Yup. You played that video yesterday.
Yeah, fully.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I don't think anybody can debate the shit that we say. It's like the hard truth. Like the shit that we say is like the hard truth. Like if you haven't been doing any type of research over the years, took everything the mainstream media told you as truth,
Right.
we would sound crazy to you right now. We would sound absolutely crazy. Your brain, you would probably short circuit. Like your brain wouldn't even be able to handle or process all of this. So it would just sound like all types of it, because it'd just be just changing everything inside of you. Like you like, what the fuck? That's not right. That's not right,
Exactly.
because that's not what I was told my whole life. And it's just like, and a lot of times later on, those people start agreeing with you. Maybe in a couple months, maybe in a couple days, maybe in the next minute, maybe in a couple years. Eventually, it start to click. Like, you know what? That shit that person I thought was crazy years ago, now I'm starting to believe a lot of the shit that they saying now, because I'm starting to see a lot of it come true.
Yeah,
And
and
that's the motherfuckers that be like the conspiracy theory. They say the conspiracy theory is right. You hear a
right.
lot of people saying that now. Damn, the conspiracy theorists were right. That's the new cliche saying now. The conspiracy theorists, right.
Yeah, people later on people see things or see all the shit that unfolds. All the people from the early 2000s, like especially after 9/11 happened, you know, they was calling people conspiracy nuts and conspiracy theorists, and but then a lot of the stuff they start seeing, you know, made them a believer, because the thing about it is they don't hide anything. It's just whether you see it or not. None of this shit is hidden. It's all in plain sight, but it's what you consciously paying attention to. Maybe you're not consciously paying attention to that at the moment, but later on, you know, something will happen and it'll open your eyes up like, damn, the shit them conspiracy theorists people were saying was actually the truth. So it's just about what you paying attention to at the moment. And that's okay. Hey, that's okay. You know, if you don't get it now, you'll get it later. That's okay.
Yeah, that's how it's been happening. A lot of people all of a sudden they got it later.
All right.
Some people too late. Some people too late. Some people already got effed up by the system with a lot of stuff, the jizzy jabs, a lot of stuff that people did. It was like, damn, it's already like too late. They got your ass.
Facts.
And that's where we headed at collectively if people don't get it together, because they already, most of the farmland is effed up, so they got control of the food.
Yeah.
You know, they got control of all the clean water supply because they poison all the rest. And they the ones that control all the clean water supply. So that's another big thing that they control. They control all of our money and our employment. They control everything.
Right.
And the thing is, they taking us into a system of digital slavery, and people just not conscious of it. They're not, all these shits. They getting us used to using all these apps, because you know what can happen with all these apps? They can shut your life down. They could build your life up with apps and then shut your life down through those same apps with one click of a button. They getting us all used to using these apps. You're using the app to pay your bills. You're using the app, you know, for communication. You're using the app for, you know, your banking. The app, we using app for everything. It's an app for everything now. Some places is trying to force you to use their app. You got certain places, we don't do that service anymore. You have to join the app first. Like, everything is through an app, and that's so they can track your ass. So when that digital ID come into place, and all they gotta do is click one button, and then you offer everything. Everything that you did. Your banking app ain't working no more. You know what I mean? Your medical app ain't working no more. Your social media apps ain't working no more. You can't even order a goddamn Uber or some DoorDash. That won't even work for you. Your Apple Pay won't work for you. Your GPay won't work for you. Your Venmo won't work. Your PayPal. Like, they got us on all these apps. Once they tweak the law a little bit, we're gonna be 100% into digital slavery. Soon as you say something that they don't like, that's on social media, and all those accounts are attached to each other through digital ID. So your fingerprint, which is biometrics inside the computer system, is going to be matched up to all those apps. When they come, it'd be easier for them to come after you. Because you're like, damn, I gotta get groceries, but my damn banking, like, I can't even use no money. My banking app ain't working. Like, damn, I'm stuck somewhere and I need to get an Uber, and I can't even use none of my apps. I can't use no money from my banking app. My Apple Pay was shut down, and Uber kicked me off, so I can't even get an Uber. So we sitting here getting ourselves connected to things that they gonna control indefinitely. That's the chess move right there. And it don't matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat. This is supposed to be the motherfucking destiny for both, if you leave it up to these fake ass elites out here, to these powers that be, the people that's in charge. They think that's what they supposed to do, is enslave you like that digitally. And that's going to be the big problem right there. And that's where we almost, 80% there, 90% there. We almost there. We use the app for everything. We almost there, y'all. We close. We close. Y'all don't understand the type of control and oppression that's going to come from this digital slavery if we let this out of hand. I mean, they'd be able to shut your whole life down. They'd be able to turn out your lights, shut down your car, turn off all your apps. You won't be able to do nothing. Shit, to the point where people they're going to be building smart houses for people, and they'd be able to lock you in your own homes.
Right.
If we let, that's how far they would take, and this is how far they would take it. Because they like, oh, with these lockdowns, we ain't got to force people to stay in the house anymore. With lockdowns, we just be able to lock them down in their smart homes. artificial intelligence. If you're in a zone that's supposed to be quarantined, we could lock your whole place down. And that's what they want these data centers for. Once they get these data centers in place, then they'd be able to build smart homes and all that, and smart cities and all. But they need the data first. They need the data because they need the connection and the speed to be able to build all this shit digitally and integrate it with artificial intelligence. Once they do that shit and we allow them to do what they want to do, and they put these biometric digital IDs on us, we fucking screwed. We are screwed. And then if shit become cashless, oh man, cashless and digital,
Right.
man, this shit is over. Any type of shutdown they want to put on you, any type of sanction they want to do to you, you won't have access to shit around you. You and your whole family be starving out if it was up to them. They'd starve out if they don't like what you said on social media yesterday. That's not where we want to be, y'all. But we
Hell no.
close. We
Right.
close. Too close.
Shit,
Way
too
too
close.
close. Yeah, we just accept this challenge. Just look at all the shit that you use an app for in 2026. Just think about all the things that you use an app for right now.
Right.
And it's so many that you didn't even realize until you start thinking about it. And you're like, damn, I use an app for everything. You realize everything you do in life is an app attached to it. We're running into a prison, a high-tech prison, owned by people that like Epstein and his buddies. You gotta understand, Epstein and his buddies are the ones that's going to be controlling this digital prison.
Facts.
And they using this war right now to finish off our economy. So they want everything to collapse.
Hell yeah.
They want all of this to collapse. Because once it collapses, then that'd be the reason they'd be like, oh, everything's collapsed, the economy and everything. Now we can use digital currency to fix it. That's why they
Right.
fluffing up the Bitcoin numbers and all that type of shit. Because they're gonna want to use cryptocurrency, digital currency, to pay off the debt of the world. So then the whole system will switch to digital currency.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's the whole plan.
So
they're
they like,
making
all right,
right
how
there.
could we crash? Yep, how could we crash the economy faster so we'd be able to bring the digital currency in? We do it through war. War and rumors of war.
War and rumors of war.
Yep, war and rumors of war will bring this economy down fast. And we can make money off of it while it's going down, so we'd be prepared for the new system.
Yeah.
That's why you seen Trump making dollars off his Trump coin.
Yeah, off his Trump coin, $1 billion.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Because all that shit's gonna be transferred into stable coins. That's why he was so adamant of getting the stable coin bill through. Because he's going to be a big player in the stable coin game. I mean, he got $1 billion. He got $1 billion he made off of crypto. Once he convert all that shit to stable coins, he was making a killing off of that.
Hell yeah.
So he had to make sure the stable coin bill went through, and he's gonna make sure the Clarity Act go through. Because once the Clarity Act go through, then it's building the infrastructure for the banks to handle stable coins, which he's already highly invested in and got billions of dollars waiting. He got billions of dollars waiting until he knows when that bill is passing. Next thing you know, him, Lil Baron, They gonna be the richest motherfuckers because they knew it was coming because they was behind it. That's the only, and they put him in place to be that guy. That he's
Exactly.
just that guy because he's that guy. He's put in that place to do that. He put a puppet like the rest of them.
Exactly.
Because he's still gonna have to serve his master with all them stable coins.
Hell
But we
yeah.
already know who his masters is. His masters is sitting over there in Israel and sitting inside those offices in those central banks.
BB.
Right.
Somebody said, Elijah, my mouth is that I thought I was waiting for the panel to open. I was watching it in different streams. Oh, somebody want to come up on the panel. Elijah,
I don't know.
Mubad.
We might have to catch them next time because we about to.
Yeah, we about to get off here. Yo,
We
make sure you
might.
subscribe. Yeah, because we ain't, we really didn't
We might
plan
have
on
to
having an
catch
open panel
yeah.
today, but just make sure you
Maybe
subscribe.
we do that next panel. I mean next show. We do that next
Yeah.
show because we didn't plan to have a panel today.
Yeah, like we didn't have a we ain't factoring the panel today, but all right, he said he'll subscribe. All right, cool. Make sure y'all click on notifications for when we go live too, so y'all know exactly when we go live. Click the notification bell on the homepage.
Actually, we should do a panel for the next. We should do a panel for the next stream because we need to talk to people who do have these data centers already in their communities.
Yeah. Oh,
We need a panel for that.
Yeah, we do. All right, so it's Friday now, so I guess Sunday.
You need people
Sunday.
to talk about that.
Right. So we'll do that live
All
stream
right.
Sunday.
And then Elijah, if you following us then and you on that stream, we definitely let you up on a we definitely left you up on the panel.
Right. Yeah, there's a few people in here that said somebody in Texas said data center, straight with no chasing said in Texas. Then there was somebody else that said I guess in Memphis. Somebody else in here said from Memphis. So he definitely wants y'all to get on a panel for y'all that brought up about the data centers in y'all area.
Yeah, we need that.
Yeah.
We need that information.
Hell yeah.
And people could talk about how the 5G's tower ruins their neighborhood.
Right.
Because some people got sick in their neighborhood from being around it because it's all the the radiation and shit it emit. Even though they try to say it don't, but yeah, right.
Oh, Elijah say he from Iraq. That's cool. Good. That's cool. That's even more, reason for us to connect. Cause we seen what happened with Iraq and between Iraq and the United States.
Right.
When they lied about weapons of mass destruction. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so we have that open panel.
We do we definitely do that for next show.
Yeah. So make sure if y'all haven't, make sure y'all subscribe to this channel. Click on all notification bells. Double tap the screen if you're on a vertical, if you're on a horizontal, click the like button. And like you said, make sure y'all hit up 90dayherbals.com, our website where we sell our natural herbal products at. You can get to there by the QR code. We have the link in the description. Yep. So make sure y'all check us out. Or you can Google us on 9 Day Network LLC on Google. Yeah. Anything else before we get up out of here? Anything else before we get up out of here? All right. We appreciate y'all tuning in. And we catch y'all next show, bro. All right.
Peace.
Peace out.
I'm not even gonna lie. The joint pain I deal with every day will slow me all the way down. But ever since I started using this right here, Night and Day Pain Relief Balm, everything changed. And within minutes, I feel the difference. Like real relief. Now I can clean my whole house without even thinking about the pain. As a nurse, I'm on my feet all day. And this right here helps me get through my entire shift. I can actually enjoy time with my kids now. Go outside, be active, without hurting the whole time. It feels good to just live again. Honestly, if it wasn't for night and day pain relief balm, I don't think I'd have the quality of life I have right now.
Discomfort slows you down. Reach for natural relief. Night and Day Hemp's extra strength CBD pain relief balm melts into aching muscles, delivering warmth you can feel. Soothe your body naturally. Feel free to move again. Night and Day Hemp balm melts away tension so you can enjoy every moment. Feel the difference fast. Real relief, real results. Order now at nightandayherbals.